What's good, baby? Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I do hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. And welcome back, of course, to Chelsea News, the twice, sometimes thrice daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it. More importantly, asking for yours. 3 videos yesterday. Who mama? Yes, lots of content being thrown your way. I react to what I feel when there's a visceral, palpable feeling regarding Chelsea in my gut after I read a headline, rumour, or something regarding the Blues. I talk to you about it. And yes, I spoke about Chelsea's, or Klopp reportedly tapping up Levi Colwill. And I'm not happy about it. Yes, there's a rant in there, and hot dog, I may have actually sworn in that video. So if you want to see that exciting piece of content, please do consider watching my previous upload, and all of them from yesterday. Lock yourselves in today, because there'll probably be at least a couple of windows, so do subscribe and hit the bell if you feel like you might enjoy that, and if you want to support the content, please do drop a sweet like. Thank you. Right, Chelsea have confirmed their 29-man squad, which we'll go through in a moment, including some concerning absentees. Also, I mean, we'll get onto that. I'm also going to give you some updates from Florian Plettenberg, of course, the Sky reporter, and big Fabrizio Romano. Let's start with Romano. Regarding Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Olympique Marseille and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang have reached an agreement on a 3-year contract off the bat. Boom. Wow. Is this a 2+1 or is this a straight 3-year plus deal? Hold on a minute. How long? How old is Aubameyang? Not how long is Aubameyang. That's not a question that I would ask. He's 34 years old, so he will be 37. That is a long old contract for Ligue 1 club Marseille to give our creaking old striker. Still though, if it means a deal will be done, then fair play. I wonder it's because they give him less wages, longer contract. Aubameyang is open to join Olympique Marseille. That's why Marseille are optimistic and confident this will get done. I love how he's done that. That's why Marseille are optimistic, confident to get done. And confident you should put in, mate. If there was another one, then you put a comma in. Why am I, giving grief to a guy who's speaking in his second language? Dunno. I got up on the wrong side of the bed. Negotiations with Chelsea are not expected to be complicated. And why should they be? He's a player on significantly high wages who is not part of our future and our plans, who is taking a senior squad space in the squad. And we might make money for it. I mean, I thought we were going to have to release him, tear up his contract, so we could go sign a 1-year deal somewhere. For him to go to a top 5 league and sign a 3-year deal. In fact, well done, mate. Respect to you, Aubameyang. It's worth noting again how the dude is not kicking up a fuss. He's just getting on with it. He's training. Despite all these rumours from, the Arsenal documentary and indeed whatever, just previous, even in Dortmund, he, I think maybe not in the Thomas Tuchel times because he loved him, but, he went to an unsanctioned fashion show and got banned from a Champions League game. Well, I don't know. Point being, he's behaving himself now. Well done, Aubameyang. Another significant sale out the door. We're not speaking about big Romelu Lukaku in this video, though I'm sure that saga will rear its ugly head at some point today. And again, take a deep sigh of, I was going to say regret. My brain today. No, not regret. Don't feel regretful. Look forward, friends. Relief. And both the Caicedo and Aubameyang sagas will not be mentioned in this video, but possibly later today. Let's move on, shall we? Right, Florian Plettenberg is explaining how Conor Gallagher is also on the list of West Ham next to Leon Goretzka. Leon Goretzka, a muscly big machine that went in the Marvel Captain America, super soldier tank over one summer at Bayern Munich, came back absolutely jacked. I want to know his secret. Believe it or not, I used to be really, really in good shape, about 10% body fat. Could squat 140, bench press 100. Times are changing. That's when I was younger, though. And now I'm older. Conor Gallagher, though, quite a different type of player. Of course, more of a high-octane running around player. Plettenberg writes this. They're looking for both. The talks with the 23-year-old are positive and ongoing. That's Conor Gallagher and West Ham. He will, by the way, think, of course he's being played by England quite a lot. Granted, he doesn't start games by Gareth Southgate, but he's very much a finisher. And he would have looked at the fact how certain players like, Calvin Phillips, who granted is out of the picture now because he didn't play football anymore since he had made that really intelligent move to Manchester City. But, Declan Rice, first name on the team sheet for England, playing for West Ham. So he will back himself, Conor, and be like, I'll just play for a, big London club, big inverted commas. Oh, quite a big club, West Ham. I won't have to leave London. I'll play every single week. I'll start games. And I will hopefully maintain my England spot. So talks of the transfer fee are around 25 to 35 million euro. Now stop. Pause. Vinyl needle. Scratch your final. We read a report together, you and I, that Pochettino says don't sell Conor Gallagher unless it's for over 45 million pounds, which would be about 52 million euros, not 25 to 35. Understand the player can really imagining joining West Ham. Oh, great. I am cool with, this is one of those things, right? This is one of those things. Conor Gallagher, I am cool with him staying, but I understand how he's another pure profit. And many of you will be like, now Mount's gone. Keep Gallagher. He loves Chelsea. He wants to play for Chelsea. I'm down. I'm not saying no. I'm totally accept that. But I get now. If we are no longer a team of just talented individuals that can sort of play in two different roles. If we're like, no, with one game a week, we've got Pochettino. We are developing a team that has players that plays as a specialist in that position week in, week out. Then I'm not sure so about Gallagher because we're going to play a 4-2-3-1 and the three midfielders, you've got defensive-ish double pivot, a number 8 and a number 6 or 5, and then you've got a number 10. So the number 10 is going to be Christopher Nkunku as far as we're concerned, and we know so far. He could also be rotated with the likes of, should we buy him, Rayan Cherki, which kind of makes sense for that kind of dynamic, creative role. Conor Gallagher will be a great finisher there, but he's not and he does play like a number 10 sometimes, as in being direct, but he's not the creative passer kind of guy. Maybe that's the kind of role Pochettino and indeed Chelsea are looking for. And you could play him in the number 8 next to theoretically Caicedo should he joins instead of Enzo, as a slightly different style player. But again, he's not really one or the other properly. I feel like he's a conventional number 8 in a 4-3-3. Personally, that's what I think. But again, it sounds like too little money. West Ham, by the way, mate. By the way, West Ham. Yeah, you guys have probably said this already watching the video, and yes, it's just come into my brain. There is a chance, West Ham, that you've got a few quid, mate. Right? There is a chance, West Ham, that you have £100 million sterling, and that's without your add-ons that are coming, up front in one payment. There's your payment. 100 million quid. And what's 25 million euros? What, 20 million quid? Do one, fam. This guy, like your guy you sold for 100 million, is an England international. In fact, 40 million quid. No less. Because we could utilise Conor Gallagher in some instances. So you can go away, mate. Let's talk about this squad that went to the US of A. We did 3 videos yesterday, and by the time it came out, I was like, nah, I'm going to talk about it in the morning. There are some absentees. So we'll go through the squad in a minute. We'll just read some of the text from the Chelsea website prior. Confirmation of our squad means Blues debuts could potentially be handed to Christopher Nkunku, Andre Santos, yes, power up Santos vibes, Nick Jackson, exciting, and Malo Gusto, of course. On Wednesday, when we face Wrexham, I will be cuddled up asleep in my bed. The match is free to watch on the Chelsea app. Oh man, it's free as well. Bastards. Also, they used to charge there was a time when they charged was it 15 quid a game? Like a couple of seasons ago? Or was that for the whole package? Either way, it was robbery. Also included with the travelling party are English trio, Raheem Sterling, the aforementioned Conor Gallagher, and Ben Chilwell, while the likes of Thiago Silva, Kepa, and Enzo Fernandez all make the trip. So, Enzo Fernandez, I don't think was on the plane, but I think is meeting up with them from Argentina. Reece James, here comes the kicker, and the really... So I did a prediction video the other day about Reece James maybe not playing that most amount of minutes and Malo Gusto getting more minutes than him. I do worry for Reece James. Reece James is reported feeling unwell and is not travelling as a precaution. He will join up with the squad as soon as he's better. I mean, fair enough, it's just illness, but where's Reece James? That's like, you know, the slogan, Chelsea slogan. Where's Reece James? Here's a really worrying one. Wesley Fofana has also not travelled due to a knee injury, which is being assessed. He's also, I saw someone say he's deleted his Twitter and deactivated his Twitter and made private his Instagram. I don't know, there's speculation that maybe he was being abused for being injured again, which is a horrendous thing in itself, being abused for being injured, which is, you know, you got to deal with one thing, being injured, and then people behaving like, you know, so-and-so's to you. I don't know if that's entirely true, so I don't want to report that as gospel, but read that. Marcus Bettinelli, Benoit Badiashile, and Armando Broja will remain at Cobham to continue their respective injury recovery. Armando Broja, man, like, he was just doing, like, media on the app and the website and the socials, like, yeah, it's good to be back training with the boys, I'm really excited, wicked, new dawn, you know. And then what you're filming that just to tease the fans? Yeah, but he's not fit, and he's never coming back. He's going to live and remain in the realms between at Cobham with an injury, and he'll just be there, out there, an astral projection of theory of like, remember this striker? Look, you'll see him every now and again. Ooh, booyah. No, he's not going to ever play football because we don't do that here. Absolute nonsense. The returning loanees, Bashir Humphreys, very good young player, centre-back, of course. Ian Matson, a very good young player, had an amazing season at loan on loan at Burnley, playing under very, very impressive Vincent Kompany, by the way, and Cesare Cassidy. They're all included by Pochettino. So, let's get into it. Let's do a little transition here. Let's get into it. Goalkeepers, unsurprisingly, Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now we know Bettinelli's out, so we've got Gaga with us. We've got Lucas Bergstrom. We've got Eddie Beach and Jamie Cummings. So we've got 5 goalkeepers. Is that a lot? Seems like a lot. 5 goalkeepers. Defenders: the evergreen Thiago Silva, Trevo Chalobah, Ben Chilwell, Mark Cucurella, Malo Gusto, the aforementioned Bashir Humphreys, Levi Colwill. Get on that plane! Lock him in! All surround him. You've been talking to Klopp? If you've been talking to Klopp, friggin' someone's gonna slap you. Pick someone else in the squad. Levi Colwill. Ian Matson and Alfie Gilchrist. Or Christ. The midfielders. This is a short list. Well, it should be a long list. Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher, who might go to West Ham, so that could be one less. Carney Chukwuemeka, who's still been rumoured for a loan. Andre Santos, who's hopefully going to stay. Cesare Cassidy, who's almost certainly going to go to a loan, possibly to Leicester. And Lewis Hall, young, amazing, impressive Lewis Hall, being listed as a midfielder. His native position and not being an 18-year-old playing out position at left back constantly against treble winners Manchester City. He can make a dent in midfield, Lewis Hall. Well done you, little man. But, you know, you take out Cassidy, say he's on loan. You take out Conor Gallagher, says he gets sold. And he's Carney Chukwuemeka. He's more of a number 10, but he's a number 8 as well. Like, is he going to play in the 4-2-3? Suddenly you got, Enzo Fernandez, Lewis Hall and Santos. Where's the midfield? Oh my god. You gotta laugh because like there's just no midfielders. Anyway, let's just, you know, scrape over that problem, pretend like it never happened. Talk about the forwards. We've got a few forwards actually, and there's probably more to come. So, Mikhailo Mudryk, training really hard, nice to see him on there, hopefully a new dawn. Raheem Sterling, training really hard, nice to see him on there, hopefully a rebirth. Noni Madueke, won the England Euros Championship, played really well, of course, lost his starting place towards the end, but was still an integral player. Interestingly, we have got some youth players knocking him out. We got Angelo Gabriel, the new right winger that we spoke about. We signed from Santos, only 18, but despite only being 18, has about 130 senior appearances for Santos, which is insane. He made his debut at 15. Maybe he just explodes, does some wiggly samba stuff in the final third in the front line, scores a bunch of goals, and Pochettino goes, he's starting for me in the Premier League. Who knows? Speaking of additional forwards, Diego Moreira, of course, we signed him. We did some media with him. Belgium-born Portuguese international, I believe. He's on there as well, so another kid. Well done to him. Of course, Nick Jackson, which represents, despite being young, a high-profile player. Spent 30 million quid on him. Christopher Nkunku, probably our only Super Galactico forward as things stand, but that's okay. Great player. And then young Mason Burstow as well, who's a forward, who's just, I don't know, coming along for vibes and loan opportunities. And then Dudron Richards, who's training only, just coming out for the experience, I guess. And then Chelsea offers a disclaimer that the numbers they wear on pre-season tour won't necessarily represent the numbers that they have for the upcoming season. So, you know, if Nkunku's wearing a number 9 and playing striker, it doesn't really mean he's going to actually be a number 9 and a striker. He'll probably get the number 10 or something like that. Or the youngsters. Or there might be a youngster, for example, Burstow or, you know, Jackson. Jackson might be wearing a number 9 shirt and playing as a striker. You know, that's not far-fetched at all, is it? And then, you know, Chelsea sign a striker in the coming weeks, and then he is the starting striker and takes the number 9, and that's part of his negotiations to start for Chelsea. Part of the personal terms, you give me the number 9 shirt. Though if I was a striker signing for Chelsea, which I could be, a left forward, 87 rated, right there, baby. What's my shot? 87 shot, pretty strong. It's all about my passing, 95 passing. But I guess if you're a forward, do you need that good passing? Wasted. Maybe Poch will play me in the number 10. Yeah. So there we go. Interesting. Lots of talent there. Still holes, really. You'd have to say. Still holes in that squad. And Chelsea are trying to address that, of course. Something that Pochettino has said in both his in-house Chelsea media interview that he did when he first signed, and indeed that not required press conference, but they decided to do an unveiling press conference when he also explained, we are looking to complete the squad. And looking at that list, although very exciting and nice to see it trimmed down in certain places, yes, we need a couple of extra players at least. One would have to say. Anyway, as always, I look forward to reading your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. I've sorted out the lighting. I've made it less warm. I hope you enjoy it and think it's good, high-quality content. If you do, drop a like, subscribe, and keep it locked because I'll be back very soon. Peace.